Good morning. Welcome to my bench. This is Mike here. Today I want to introduce you to some of the T-Tools digital measuring tools that we have available. We have three kinds. This is a digital level. These are digital protractors, and this is a digital angle gauge. So the digital level, 16 inches long. It's made from extruded aluminum, so it's very light, and it will stay straight. It's not going to move. It has standard bubble levels here. If you want to just do analog leveling, you can do that. Or you can hit the button here and turn this thing on, and it measures in degrees. And it will measure up to 180 degrees, and then if you turn it over, the display flips. So you can read it even upside down. So that's pretty cool. You can also measure incremental degrees. So if you want to start, like say here, and then measure the difference between this starting point and this starting point, you can set it from incremental, and it will give you the difference in degrees. You can also turn this button here and hold this down, and a light is supposed to turn on. There you go, so you can get a backlight. So this is really useful for just around the shop. It's the right size, it's small enough that it'll fit in your drawer, but it's also big enough to handle larger projects. We have two kinds. This kind is just standard, and then this kind here has some rare earth magnets on the bottom, so if you're leveling like say plumbing or like electrical pipes, you can use this, and this is a great feature, or great tool. So there's our digital levels. Then we have digital protractors. These are nice in that they can measure degrees. You can measure a project, you can determine the degrees. You can also set it, and you can inscribe a degree on a project, or you can actually use it to set up your tools. So we have three kinds. This one is 8 inches. We have this one here that's 12 inches, and this one here that's 20 inches. They got a nice thick stainless steel blade. It's nice and thick, it's not going to deflect. It's got etched in markings here in inches and then millimeters down here. And then this display will go all the way 360 degrees. So that is very useful. And the price on these is fantastic. So check these out, the digital protractors. This now is a digital angle gauge. Now I got to be careful if it's not straight up and down, it reads as an error. So I'll kind of hold it here. But how this works is you can, it'll give you absolute angle. So you can set it on there and it'll tell you how level something is. But you can also use it, you can zero this out. Like if I hit 0, it'll start at 0 and then it'll give me the incremental angle. So one of the things I use this for most commonly is I'll set it on my table saw bed and I'll zero it out, and then I'll stick it to my blade, and then I can tilt my blade. It'll tell me the degree of the blade relative to the table bed, which is very important. I've also used it on my drill press table to set the table at a certain angle, or even my bandsaw. So this gets a lot of use in my shop. It's got two magnets on the bottom, so it sticks very well to metal surfaces. So this is another really handy digital measuring tool you should have in the shop. So there you have it. Digital levels, digital protractors, digital angle gauge. Pick them up, T-Tools.com.